like that mic swing that we did for you. Hey, all right, Insomniacs. We got a sizzling episode for you today. It's gonna be more of our shit talking type videos.
Yay.
So, Steve, who are we gonna be discussing today?
Uh, a guy you've all probably never heard of him. Just a
Yeah,
little guy named Rob
Rob
Zombie.
Zombie, Rob Zombie, Rob Zombie, bay, bay, hey, Rob Zombie. Okay, so Rob Zombie. Obviously, when we were kids, we were like a lot of those other suckers. They're like, oh, he looks creepy. Like, his music is cool. Like, yeah, Rob Zombie. And I'm not gonna lie, I could still listen to Hellbilly Deluxe and Sinister Urge and, some of that cool shit. But, like, eventually, oh my god, I feel so gross even just thinking about Rob Zombie. I'm just seeing him with his cowboy hat and his like highlights right now. Like, oh god.
Yeah, when did that start? When did like the educated horses?
I know.
Rob Zombie.
As soon as that shit started happening, do you know why? I think it's because he made House and Rejects and they were successful. So you know what? It happened before Rejects even came out.
Yeah.
Because I saw him in '05 at Ozfest, and he was like, "Oh, I'm throwing out like fucking volleyball, whatever, beach balls with the Devil's Rejects on it."
Oh wow.
And he's like, "Don't pop him and put him in your pocket," or but people did. But yeah, even then he was already in his highlight. Like,
yeah.
After House of a Thousand Corpses, he became a big preppy, like Abercrombie and Fitch rock star. All right, so Rob Zombie, why are we talking about him? When we were little kids, he had his first shot at making a horror film called House of a Thousand Corpses. I actually saw the preview for it during Monday Night Raw because I used to watch wrestling every Monday.
Yeah.
So, I saw the trailer for House of a Thousand Corpses right in the beginning. The guy's like, Dr. Satan! And when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, finally! Like, there's a new movie coming out, a new horror film, and it looks fucking awesome and original. So, Steve, when did you first get exposed to House?
I think I was like early teens. I think I was like 12, 13 when I saw it the first time. One of my dad's like ex's kids, I think, was the one who was like raving about it and ended up showing it to me. I loved it right away. Even when I was younger, I was big on The Office. So to see Rainn Wilson in the movie was like pretty awesome.
God, it's so funny because I didn't watch Office till like even maybe like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking funny.
And then the other main male actor was Chris Hardwick, who I had no interest in at the time, but he became huge. The dude who runs like Nerdist podcasts and stuff.
And before you even saw it, did you hear about it before it was brought home?
Not really.
Really? Okay.
The only familiarity I really had with it beforehand was the soundtrack because we had that. So
yeah, for whatever reason I kept catching all the commercials.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that were going around TV. But yeah, they were heavily advertising it.
Oh, I'm sure.
But when it came out for rental, I think my mom just let me rent it or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I loved it from the beginning. Especially because that's around the age when we started to learn about the serial killers. So having the big serial killer ride in House was awesome. But before this turns into a House of a Thousand Corpses review, where I was almost going there for a second, let's just talk about Rob Zombie's general filmography.
All right.
House of a Thousand Corpses, that was him proving himself.
Right.
Like, this is his first shot. You and I loved it.
Yeah, he did well.
Yeah, it was fantastic. He followed it up with it's kind of like a road chase, back country like horror film. It was like an action horror film,
right.
Devil's Rejects, and I like that too.
Oh yeah, I still love Devil's Rejects.
I was the guy in school telling everyone that wanted to see Devil's Rejects. I had to tell everyone, make sure you watch House of a Thousand Corpses first because this is the sequel to that. And every fucking person was like, "Thank you." I had no clue because there is no indication through the title.
I know that movie is where he set up like the beginning of the end, I think, because the thing we would always talk about that movie was you just killed all your main characters at the end of this movie, so where are you going from here?
Exactly, and it's funny because, for ages I've been saying, like, God, I wish Rob Zombie would go back to revisit that series, which we will get to later on, but, So, yeah, we liked House of a Thousand Corpses. We loved the sequel, Devil's Rejects. A lot of people seem to like Devil's more. I was always on the House team. I like House a lot more. Oh, yeah,
same.
It's more of a regular horror film where you have creatures and, like, just shit you don't know what's going on. But what was his next horror film after that?
I
Was it
believe his next film after that was the Halloween
Halloween?
remake.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
guys, you know I hate those movies. I
Yep.
saw both of them in the theater.
Yeah.
I gave them a fair chance.
Yeah, I think we saw the first one together.
Yeah, we did. I think it was Stacy.
Yeah.
I remember right when the credits were about to start, some guy went, ch, and I went, well, wrong movie,
God,
asshole.
No.
I said wrong movie, asshole, because like come on, how
Yeah.
embarrassing. Whoever was sitting next to him must have been real embarrassed.
Yeah, right.
So then the Halloween movies came out. It got a lot of backlash from horror fans. People thought it was garbage. A lot of people did. I'm sure it did okay in a theater just because people are paying it for tickets. But
Oh, yeah.
it didn't go down in history as great remakes.
Even the first one, I'll give him a degree of, like, a benefit of the doubt. I'll be like, look, I don't really like the movie, but I understand you tried to do something different with it. You tried some interesting things to expand on some of his, like, backstory and shit like that, kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But it was a shitty movie.
There was just too much Rob Zombie flavor in it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, all right. If you want us to have a family and all that, okay, show us his family, but don't make them the white trailer trash that's in every single one of your goddamn films.
Right, exactly. That's like, I mean, I'm like huge on Kevin Smith and how he did all the like Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Jason Mewes, Jason Lee, all that shit early in his career. That was all fine. He was working with all the same people, but he didn't try and do a fucking like Breakfast Club remake or like something, some classic comedy remake. Like then that would have been fucking retarded.
Yeah. So I mean, after the Halloween flops, I guess
Did he do 2 before or after Salem?
horror films.
No, did he do Halloween 2?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was before.
Was
Salem.
it?
Pretty damn sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he did it back to back, like immediately.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Halloween 2. I could have sworn that was like immediately
Whew.
after one. But yeah, Lords of Salem. I'm pretty sure that came out after. I felt like that was him saying like, okay, people liked my first 2 movies. They hated the Halloween movies. Now here's my shot again at something original. And I saw Lords of Salem. I rented it. Maybe a few months after it was already out. Oh boy, did I hate it! It was a steaming pile of shit. Dude.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
I'll probably watch the Halloween remakes over that any day. Actually, I don't even know if I can say that, but they're really shitty. I don't know.
Yeah.
So Lords of Salem. I'm a big metalhead, and I love black metal, but the whole haunted black metal record, dude, it was just so embarrassing, especially because it was around the time that black metal was getting trendy, so it was like the worst possible timing for it to come out when it was a cool thing.
We kind of passed over a movie. I don't know if you ever saw it. I know I did back in the day. He did an animated.
Yeah, the Super Beasto.
Yeah, the Haunted World of El Super Beasto.
What the fuck is that even?
Dude, it's like a weird like luchador wrestler like fighting evil. It was bad.
Was it supposed to be like a kids animated?
No. It definitely wasn't for kids.
And it was just like a superhero thing, or
yeah,
with horror thrown in, or no
with
horror?
a little horror. Yeah,
that's why I was confused. I
think if I remember correctly, that there was a Dr. Satan character in the.
Wow, that's kind of weird.
I could be wrong. I have no idea. It's been I was probably 16 when I saw that.
Well, for his horror films though, that's all that he did though was just House, Devils, Halloween 1 and 2, and then Salem.
You're missing the newest.
Oh no! I literally just got chills. I had flashbacks, and I never even seen this movie. I just heard how bad it is.
Oh, it's
Steve
terrible.
Ollie filled him. Ugh, man, I heard it's garbage.
Yeah, 31 came out last year?
Yep, yeah, it did.
I was vaguely interested because it was seeing Rob Zombie kind of go back to his normal zombie thing. But executed terribly. I mean, the plot even sounded kind of interesting.
I was excited for it because of the plot.
That and it just, I hate so much when you'll sacrifice the entertainment of a movie for cheap shock. Like the fact that there was that little person running around dressed up like Hitler and stuff.
Stupid.
I was like, that added fucking nothing
just
to the
for
movie.
The hell of it, right?
Yeah, that was just to shock people and give them something to talk about.
Like, oh my god, I can't believe there's a little Hitler.
Right.
Oh.
And he was a fucking dumb character. Oh, it was such a stupid movie. I'm sad that fucking Malcolm McDowell got attached to that fucking movie.
I think I only witnessed one person in real life saying that they loved it, but it's like someone that always loves Rob Zombie shit, and I'm totally opposite because I like hate pretty much all his shit
Right.
except House and Devils, but and music even. I haven't liked any of his music since Sinister Urge came out.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's crazy, but there are Rob Zombie heads out there like, oh, anything that he touches is magic. They gotta be like smoking some crazy crack or something.
Probably still rocking dreads.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're still. Yeah, in a few years they'll catch up and start doing his acid wash jeans, highlighted hair, Rolling Stones T-shirt thing.
Starting to look more like his wife.
Dude, I saw him with a fucking like woven hat on, dude. It was terrible.
Yeah,
it was like a cowboy hat, but it was like a woven basket. Like, this ain't Zombie. There was nothing horror about him.
Yeah.
Like, God, but oh God, thanks for reminding us about 31. So yeah, there's House, Devils, the Halloweens, Lords of Salem, which I fucking hated. It was so stupid. And yeah, 31. God, are these movies strictly just for Sherry Moon to get a paycheck?
Well, the weird thing is, like, she's always been a part of his, like, music shit, too. Like, when they did White Zombie, she was, like, the bassist or whatever, so it's not... She's got some income. I don't know if he's like, oh, I love my wife so much, I just want to see her all the time.
Secretly, she's like, you better not have any other women, like, taking the lead role. I'm your wife. It's like, okay.
And it's like, when she was in House and Devils, and we were still kind of, like, young, like, there was something weird and, like, almost attractive about it. And then the more you got forced into seeing her in every fucking thing, you were just like, stop.
Dude, when I saw House, I totally had the sticky dreams for a baby. I was gonna say wet dreams, but I was like, that sounds too gross. So let me think of something else. Sticky.
I thought you were more of
dreams.
a Mother Firefly kind of guy.
Oh, God. She revolted me, man. She really did. She reminded me of the same fucking role she played in the American Pie movies.
Yeah.
Where she's like a slob, like,
Stifler's
come
mom.
to love mama. Come to mama.
I was always partial to Tiny.
Oh, really?
That's where all my sticky dreams came.
You like them fingers, those big ass fingers.
Yeah,
There's like 3 fingers on each hand. But yeah, I loved Baby, but yeah. So 31 came out. A lot of people hated that too. So the whole thing is overall, I mean, House. It almost seems like a freak accident compared to his other shit. Cause
right.
His other stuff's so bad. But something like besides him letting me down with changing his music style, changing, he tried to become like a big preppy Hollywood star once it went to his head, I guess. But like, it's funny because this whole time I was like, instead of doing Lords of Salem 31 and all this garbage, I told everyone for years, I just want a Dr. Satan movie.
Yes.
Because Dr. Satan is such an incredible character. There's so much lore that hasn't even been touched. So, what happens? Fast forward to now, in 2017. I thought it was total bullshit. I saw an article it was like clickbaity, where it's like, Rob Zombie's making a sequel to like House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Reach. And I was like, have the government been listening to me and like listening that I've been saying make a Dr. Satan movie? Well, all in all, he is working on a 3rd installment to that series, but as far as I know, it has nothing to do with being a Dr. Sane movie.
I don't think he's confirmed the plot yet. Most people think that it's going to be like a prequel. Because
I just heard that people are speculating it's a Firefly movie about the Firefly claim. Ugh. But you would only think that you would have to have Dr. Satan in there.
Right.
Because isn't their whole thing, like, they have a whole worshipping cult thing that has to do with Dr. Satan?
Right.
Because they even had the weird tape recordings when they sacrificed them. And
yeah.
Like I said, there is so much to do with Dr. Satan that we haven't even touched. In fact, Dr. Satan showed up in Rejects, and they cut out that scene, actually. It was kind of a good choice. Dr. Satan was in a hospital for some reason, and they grabbed the nurse's throat. Like, anyway, though, so I hate Rob Zombie to death, but guess what? I will fucking... Just because it's related to House and Devils, I'm going to be hopeful, and I'm hoping that it's good. I think... He might have woke up a bit and be like, okay, the only shit that people liked of mine was my first 2 movies, so why not make a sequel to that?
I don't even know if he woke up so much as, like, that's what people do, like, financially, when you realize you're, like, going down, you go back to the
Just
well of what was
I
good.
guess, yeah. I mean, that's probably the more realistic way of doing it.
Yeah.
I'm being a little too optimistic, but
And then once he fucking makes a successful movie in that franchise, he's gonna go and dye his hair pink, and then he's
oh my
gonna
god,
fucking
yeah.
put out a new album that
It
nobody
makes me
wants
even
to hear.
cringe, like when he was doing interviews, like, oh yeah, like I would never remake Halloween if people approached me to do it. Like that's disrespectful to classic. And then as soon as he gets approached to do it a few years later, jumps right on it. That's what I don't get. And it sucks because I know he is a legitimate horror fan. Like he showed off his collection on MTV Cribs and everything,
Right.
but he just doesn't have the right vision. I don't know why. He sees through trailer trash goggles. He wants everything to be trailer trash in his movies.
Yeah.
And it worked for House and Devils, but come on, every fucking thing after that.
Right. Exactly.
Like, 31, was that like trailer trashy too?
Not so much, especially because the people running whatever the like game sort of thing or whatever were almost like the high class like purgy type people.
Really?
I think. Yeah.
Okay, so they were like elite.
Although like all the people who were getting killed, like his wife and all those characters, were like very trailer trashy, like at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
So I guess.
Yeah, but I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens with this new one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I figured, now would be a good time to do some Rob Zombie bashing now that this news got released. Is there any other specific things you really disliked that he did other than the movies themselves?
No, I mean, I was on board with you that back in the day when we were young, like I used to listen to the music and stuff.
Yeah.
I was into it, and I liked the movies up until a point. But yeah, like once he started to fall, he just fell hard, and like nothing good was coming from him anymore.
And there was something a little sketchy that happened this year, when pretty much Carpenter got pissed off. Because apparently when Rob Zombie first talked to him about doing Halloween, John Carpenter's like, yeah, dude, make it yours. Like, make it your own movie, blah, blah. And he gave him a blessing. And then when people asked Rob Zombie, oh, what did Carpenter think? He's like, oh, Carpenter hated my movie. He said it's terrible and this and that. And then so John Carpenter got pissed off because he's like, I never said any of that. Like, I don't know why he's, like, trying to, like, essentially throw me under a bus when I told him I have nothing but respect for you doing this. So, yeah, so John Carpenter he literally said, fuck Rob Zombie. He's like, fuck him for lying about, like, saying that I was, like, talking shit about him doing it.
I reserve all my fucks for Peter Jackson, but I will say I don't like you very much, Rob Zombie.
Peter Jackson needs to release those damn Blu-rays for us. But yeah, Rob Zombie, man. Yeah, I'm sick of his fucking straw hat wearing fucking $200 jeans. Fucking, what happened to him? Jesus Christ. Ugh. He was supposed to be, like, the horror rocker. Now, like, our moms are listening to his shit. Like, oh, it's groovy.
He's gonna open a store called Zombie and Fitch.
Oh my God, Abracazam. You even just making me visualize that makes me sick.
Oh, yeah.
You like to torture me.
It tickles me just to see how much that made you cringe.
Oh, God. I could see him with his khaki shorts leaning against the rail at the mall for a catalog. For like, hey, you want my designer clothes? I'm surprised he doesn't have his own clothing line yet.
Right.
If he doesn't, for all we know, he could. He sells cowboy hats now. Fucking A. I just feel so disgusted. I don't even know if I could think of anything else to say about Rob Zombie.
Me either, man.
Rob Zombie, I know we aren't getting Dr. Satan, obviously, but please try to make this fucking somewhat good. I mean, he's done it before. Why can't he do it again?
Right.
It's like after he had a happy accident, he's like, oh, well, now I want to really use my vision, and then everything goes downhill.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I guess we'll have to see what happens with Rob Zombie. Should we give him a fuck you just for the hell of it?
I don't know if I can in good conscience do
Oh,
that.
yeah, that's for Peter Jackson. Well, screw you, Rob Zombie.
Yeah, screw you, man.
Screw you.
Screw you works.
Yep. Oh, you fucking ugh. He's like the guy teaching us a lesson of what not to do when you make it big.
Right.
Dye your hair and start. Ugh.
When they announced this new movie that he's doing in that universe, I was half waiting for them to be like, he's remaking House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh my God! Right? Imagine it. He's like, oh, back then I didn't have the mind that I have now. Now that I'm the ultra genius I am today. I don't get it, man. Especially because he was already kind of famous with White Zombie and shit. Because people knew who they were. So, what made him change so much after House and Devils did well? Like all of a sudden, he had like half-life crisis.
Yeah.
Not a midlife crisis, but like beyond midlife.
Right.
Whatever the fuck that is. Actually, would it be? Who fucking knows? All I know is screw you, Rob Zombie.
Yeah, screw you, man.
Even though we still hope the movie...
I do hope it's
I
good.
hope it's... Such a mixed emotion. Screw you, man. Good job and good luck.
This is like a roller coaster.
Yeah, we're wishing you luck, but we dislike you. All right. Thanks for House and Devils, at least.
Yeah.
Thanks, asshole.
Yeah, they were good.
Stupid zombie.
Don't cast your wife in this new movie.
Yeah.
I know that's impossible.
No
but
Sherry
don't do
Moon. Yep. All right. Well, I guess that's going to be it. We're feeling drained.
it.
All right. Kurious Cyclops.
And Steve.
Thanks for watching Never Sleep Again TV.